Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah and I love absolutely everything crafty and creative. Over on my channel I've shown you some wood sign tutorials including the trace and paint method and also the stencil method, which are really super easy and quick to do, and you can repeat them over and over again using these methods. But I also have another method, as I have a new piece of equipment that I'd like to show you today, and we can make some really fantastic projects on this. I am really excited to share with you this laser cutter. It's a laser cutter and engraver by xTool, and it's the D1. And it does some fantastic things. It's super easy to set up. My son helped me and it was really quick and easy. There's some free software which you easily download onto your computer, and this talks to the laser cutter and the magic happens. The projects you can do with this are absolutely endless, so you can get really creative and create lots of different things. My first little sample piece was this sign here, so I cut it out of some wood and then I have simply sprayed it with some spray paint, and it was super quick and simple and easy to create, and you can create so many personalised wood signs just like this. Well, I absolutely love this product and I'd like to show you how it works. It engraves so well and I'm so impressed with the results here. The cuts are lovely and you get a really detailed engraving on here, so I'm really happy and I love this. As the laser moves, obviously it burns through the wood, and so this creates quite a lot of smoke and some fumes, so make sure you use a well ventilated room, keep the windows and doors open as much as you can, or if not, you must wear a mask instead. And also make sure you wear some safety goggles as well, especially for the laser cutter, and don't look directly at the laser itself, that's the best thing. I've got the laser cutter ready and set up here, and I'm going to make a lovely wood sign and also some Christmas decorations. With this laser cutter you can cut wood, cardboard, leather and plastic. And then it can also engrave wood, cardboard, acrylic, leather, plastic, stainless steel, aluminium, ceramics, glass and stone, etc. It also has the ability to do image scanning and can intelligently extract your patterns from an image or design you place under it. The next project I wanted to do an advent calendar for Christmas with lollipops to pop in. So I've designed a tree. I first of all designed the image in Photoshop, and then I've imported it into Laserbox and then used the outline tool and gone from there to create my design. You can get lots of cutting files and vector files to actually import into the software and cut whatever design of your choice. I'll put the file link to my design in the description below if you'd like to take a look at that too. Something this size might take about 15 minutes to cut out, but it simply releases from the rest of the wood, just like this, and you're left with something really quite beautiful, and you can design so many different things with this. When you're all set up and ready and you come into the software, you can click play and then you click framing. You check where the red light goes round and you can adjust as necessary, and then click framing again and just make sure the laser is in the right place to do your cutting. Now that I'm happy with the positioning on the wood, I can click start, and here it first starts to engrave, and it's engraving my lettering, and then it'll go round and cut on the cut line. So you have a choice to click orange for the engraving or the purple, which is your cut line, and then you can specify your cut depth as well. So that's all really easy to use, and just have a play around with it and experiment and see what works for you. It's so exciting to see it appear before your eyes, it really is. I haven't used one of these for years, and it's so exciting that I can actually have one in my home. It's really not too big to store, and you can just do it on your desktop, and it's really wonderful, and I'm going to do so many fantastic projects on this, I know I am. Once I finish my designs, I like to add a spray primer on those that aren't engraved anyway. On all the cut pieces you can spray a primer and then colour them in anything of your choice, and I like to use some acrylic paints just to paint on top any details. You can make things 3D, and you can make little stands and little slits so that you can make your pieces stand up just like this. Here I'm set up on a nice firm table. When I first got this I was a bit too keen to get going, so I set it up in the spare room on the floor and I had the carpet underneath, and it really wasn't very good for nice clean cuts because it was a bit uneven, and so I ended up with some sections that didn't cut out properly. So a good solid flat surface is essential. But once I started cutting and designing and making things, I just couldn't stop. It's really addictive, and you can cut so many different things. When I cut out the bakery sign here, I've actually kept the letters, and I'm going to make a second sign out of those letters, so you don't need to waste the letters that you have as well, and you can just do so many things. I'm going to make lots of Christmas decorations too. You could really make some wonderful gifts or set up a little business and start selling your personalised items. And now I've got all my pieces ready for my little lollipop tree. I'm priming the wood, and then you can paint it if you wish and then put it together, and it looks really quite beautiful. And I'm going to send this in the post to some family, and I know they'll love it. So now moving on to creating my wood sign, I'm going to laser cut the letters out and make a really lovely wood sign for my kitchen. As I mentioned at the beginning, I have my windows and doors all open, so there's lots of ventilation in here because the smoke really does sort of fill the room if you let it. And it's really not that pleasant to breathe in those fumes. I actually created some fonts on a font generator on the computer, and then I've imported those in as JPEGs into the Laserbox software, and then just clicked outline, and it's given me the outline for this family wording, and it's cutting out really well, and I'm really happy with it. And so this makes part of my sign, and so if you actually want to make larger signs, you can actually make it in smaller parts and then attach them together so you get a much bigger sign. The xTool D1 is quite big, it's about 40 by 40 centimeters altogether, so you do get a fair size sign at the end if that's what you want to create within. And that's what I am doing today. I've created the border and I've done a sign the size that the xTool can create. But I'm going to do so many more larger scale signs for my home using this laser cutter, and I'll end up with some really beautiful wood signs, I know. Have you worked out what my sign's going to say yet? While I'm doing this project, I'm already thinking of my future projects and all the people I would love to make one of these for as well, and just change the name. You can do whatever style you like, depending on what lettering you choose. You can get really different designs, and of course you can paint them whichever colours you wish to match your home, and really enjoy the process and just get really creative. Cut lots of things out and just test and experiment what works and what you like. I have some wood here with a plastic coating, and when I go in and do the engraving it produces a really beautiful effect. I really love this, so I'll be using this again for some of my other projects. I'm cutting the sign out in different layers, so you just need to work out which bits you want raised and which bits you want cut out. And then here is where I want my bakery lettering, and so I've simply gone on and put engrave so that I know exactly where to place those letters. That is a really good tip if you struggle with placing your items. Now that I've got most of my pieces ready, I can paint them up. I quite often use a spray paint for this, but if you want to use some slightly different colours, this is just acrylic paint that I've mixed together the colour I wanted and simply go in with a brush. To get a good depth of colour, you'll need to give 2 or 3 coats. I've also done the outer rim and glued this in place onto the main board. I've started gluing on my bakery lettering, and so all you simply need to do is get a strong super glue, add it to the back of your letter, add a small amount to the board, let it just go tacky and then pop it in place. And it's really satisfying to see your wood sign come together and really take shape. I've decided to leave the burnt effect on these letters because I think it gives a bit of a bakery feel, a bit of a baked feel. But you paint or spray them however you wish. While I'm doing this part of the process, I like to set the computer and the cutter to go ahead and do some more designs, just because you can never get enough laser cutting. And I'm doing some lovely little Christmas designs here. I've just designed them in the same way on the computer. I've just gone in with the JPEGs and done outline, just because for me that was the easiest option. So if you have any tips on doing some vectors and what software we should use for that, then please do let us know in the comments below. And I'm making some really lovely Christmas decorations, and once again using a surface primer to just prime my wood to begin with. Then I've painted them up and I am just so thrilled and pleased with these. You could really make these and sell them as personalised gifts. They really are stunning and so simple and easy to create. If you have enjoyed this, then please let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me do any more projects on this laser cutter. And I am absolutely thrilled with my new sign for my kitchen. I hope you enjoyed that and it gives you some creative inspiration to go away and create a project of your own. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.